Tonight, we invite you to face the music of John Lennon and Paul McCartney. And in doing so, we instantly find ourselves faced with a phenomenon quite different from anything to be found in the lives of the other great popular composers. Firstly, both Lennon and McCartney were, and always will be, inseparable from the group which they made famous, and which in turn made them famous. You may have heard of that group. It was called the Beatles. Secondly, people have always wanted to attach to the songs of Lennon and McCartney secret meanings and hidden messages, whether it's politics or psychology, social significance or psychedelic anarchy. Millions of words have been written about them. They became cults when they were still virtually schoolboys. They sold records, they made movies, they formed companies and made public pronouncements as the world press followed them all over the globe. What did it all mean? Was it supposed to mean anything? Whatever the answers, if there are any, we can hang on to two indisputable facts. Lennon and McCartney wrote a great deal about love, and their songs, which covered a period of less than 10 years, had a greater influence on their generation than any popular composers before or since. Here are 5 songs which make the point. And to sing them, will you please welcome Colm Wilkinson, Carol Woods, Julie Covington, and Paul Jones.
I give her all my love, that's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need.
It's only love and that is all. Why should I feel the way I do? It's only love and that is all. But it's so hard loving you.
She loves you, and you know that can't be bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She loves you, and you know you should be glad. Ooh.
The moment we hear those songs, we're plunged back into the 1960s and all the confused emotions and theories of that extraordinary decade. Paul McCartney met John Lennon one afternoon in 1957 at a garden fete, when Lennon was 17 and playing with a group called the Quarrymen. Each seemed impressed by the other, and they became friends, trying to write songs after school. They formed a new group. The John Lennon Quarrymen gave way to Johnny and the Moondogs. Johnny and the Moondogs turned into the Silver Beatles. Along with the change of names had come a change of accompanying faces. The Silver soon disappeared, and the Beatles were on their way. There were the usual setbacks, of course, but the tide began to turn when the group became involved with an ex-actor named Brian Epstein, changed into neat suits, cut their hair, and started to form a new image. In May 1962, under Epstein's guidance, the Beatles made their first single, Love Me Do, and within a couple of years found themselves the symbolic heroes of young people throughout the world. In 1965, they made a movie called Help, which contained a song which has as good a chance of outlasting the later razzmatazz of publicity and scandal as anything that Lennon and McCartney ever wrote. It's sung by Carol Woods, who takes us back to yesterday.
yesterday. All my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the girl I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yes, yesterday came suddenly. Why he had to go, I don't know. He wouldn't say, but I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why he had to go, I don't know. He wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play, but now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. I believe in yesterday.
One of the problems with the Lennon and McCartney input is knowing exactly who wrote what. The two writers lived in each other's pockets, especially in the early days, and often a song would be born out of a close collaborative effort. The two which follow, Get Back from Colm Wilkinson and Honey Pie from the King's Singers, are typical examples. McCartney probably wrote most of both the tunes, and Lennon probably contributed a few words or phrases. Probably.
Georgia was a man who thought he was a loner, but he knew it would last. Georgia left his home in Tucson, Arizona, by some California grass. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get on back, get back, get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. She was a woman, on. Get on back. Get back. Get back to where you once belong. Get on back. Get back. Get back to where you once belong. Get on back. Get back. Get back to where you once belong. Get on back. Get back. Get back to where you once belong.
You are driving me crazy. I'm in love, but I'm lazy. So won't you please come home? Oh, honey pie, my position is tragic. Come and show me the magic of your Hollywood song. Wow, wow, wow. You became a legend on the silver screen. And now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the knee. Oh, honey pie, you are driving me frantic. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Wow, 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 wow. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Come back to me, honey pie. Oh, honey pie, you're gonna, honey pie, you're gonna, honey pie, you're gonna drive me crazy. Honey pie, you're gonna, honey pie, you're gonna, honey pie, you're gonna drive me crazy. Yeah. You became a legend of the silver screen. And now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the knee. Oh, honey pie, you are driving me crazy. I'm in love, but I'm lazy. So won't you please come home? Come home, oh, honey pie. My position is tragic. Come and show me the magic of your Hollywood song. You became a legend of the silver screen. And now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the knee. Oh, honey pie, you really gotta drive me frantic. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Honey pie, come back to me.
We close this first section of our tribute to John Lennon and Paul McCartney as we started it on the subject of love, with a song which was featured in their first hit film, A Hard Day's Night, and released in 1964 when Beatlemania was at its very height. As to the frenzy, I can offer a personal testimony because I was in the film and was actually standing among the audience of 1,000 teenage girls when the songs were sung for the very first time. The one which Julie Covington sings now may not be the best known, but it's certainly one of the prettiest.
If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? Because I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you would love me more than he. if I trust in you. Oh, please don't run and hide. If I love you too, oh, please don't hurt my pride like he. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain. So I hope you'll see that I would love to love you, and that he will cry when he learns we are two. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain. So I hope you'll see that I would love to love you, and that he will cry when he learns we are two. If I fell in love with you.
What's surprising about the Lennon and McCartney partnership is the brevity of its lifespan. It seems that the whole Beatles episode had scarcely begun before the national press was speculating on its coming end. There were rumours and denials and counter-denials, but as the 60s stopped swinging, so did Lennon and McCartney. By the end of the decade, the Beatles were ready to disband, and making an occasion of it, they performed Get Back on the roof of their London offices. It was their last live performance. They were disenchanted with themselves, with each other, and even with success itself. In May 1970, the last of the Beatles' albums was released, and it included a Paul McCartney song that Paul Jones reminds us of now.
A long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. I've seen that road before. It always leads me here, leads me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away has left a pool of tears, crying for the day. Why leave me standing here? Let me know the way. Many times I've been alone, and many times I've cried. Anyway, you'll never know the many ways I've tried. and still they lead me back to the long winding road. You left me standing here such a long, long time ago. Why leave me waiting here? Lead me to your door.
A surprising number of musicians from surprising parts of the musical world have recorded Lennon McCartney songs, but I can't recall offhand many violin solos. Here to play the 1965 Run for Your Life is one of the tiny number of concert violinists who are not only willing but able to take confident strides across vast musical frontiers. Nigel Kennedy. Nigel Kennedy with a Lennon McCartney song of 1965. And while we're in that year, let's stay there a little longer and recall two songs that show the partnership in a romantic mood. Julie Covington sings In My Life, and she's followed by Colm Wilkinson and Carol Woods with a duet. A big seller, which appeared towards the end of 1965, climbed up the charts, and in December of the year, finally reached #1, We Can Work It Out.
There are places I remember in my life forever, not for better. Some are gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for lovers and friends that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on? Why you see it your way? Run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone. We can work it out. We can work it out. Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong, but still you think that it's all right. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. Yeah. I have always thought that it's a crime. So I will ask you once again. I'm seeing my way. Try it. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. When we see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can